Ever since I was a little kid, I was always fascinated with bikes. Didn't matter what I was doing, it's just bikes in general. I just fell in love with it at an early age.
Free ride is just this big word. I mean, you know, it applies to so many different types of riding.
I mean, mountain biking has given me the best friends in the world.
I mountain bike because I haven't found anything that's more fun.
My life is a never-ending road trip of mountain biking. To experience all these different landscapes, how can you beat that as far as, you know, progressing as a rider?
You just look around and you're absolutely in awe of what Mother Nature has created.
It's cool to go on a trip like this where a bunch of different kinds of riders are brought together, all bringing their own style to the landscape and working together. Riding in Utah is just unique to anywhere else in the world.
Are you guys ready?
Both cameras ready.
They're all ready?
They're ready,
okay.
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Dropping in 3, 2, 1.
Original master architect, intellect, respect my heart full of splinters, agitating, so frustrating, letting dreams stay as dreams. What are you waiting for? Feel the score deep in your center, immaculate as the conception. Enter my dragon ways for so many days. I roll on a ship with a home full of slaves. A foreign land, foreign mind, foreign time, a foreign design to keep my people blind. I'm a rebel in a system that don't give up. CEOs feed your death to earn a buck, and people get stuck following the trends of a TV generation. But where does it end? You can say amen, but you really gotta feel it. microcosm of a larger macro problem. I sit with my pen and pad, imagine ways to solve them. You can call me a dreamer, but I do not need a beamer to validate existence. I'm blessed in every instance for pretense. It's what angers me the most. I'm good at counterattacks, don't try to play me close. Don't toe, just roast with my rhythm and give them 100% of what I'm living. If it seemed like suicide, God must have lied when he told me he would guide on the road that I fly, keeping me high, rocking to the day that I die. If I told y'all people once that God don't rest in the sky, hey yo, you tripping. Why is you tripping? Why is you tripping? Yo, most of us settle for less, which really ain't fresh. I travel east to west to chart progress. I found the common denominator to always be stressed and make me lose my breath to think about the death that happened. We be rapping, but we just keep capping. I pause for a second, respect to the dead, and let it enter in your head. Too many things on my brain in this wicked game. TV, fear, pain will leave you stained. Welcome to the other side, they said it never rained. You'll never win a game where the rules always change. First a college degree, now a PhD. But if you got black skin, you need at least about 3. Combat in the illest, blessing it verbally, with the solar energy to let the people be free. Because we are just see, yo, it seems like everybody tripping. Or is it me being normal nowadays? It'll drive you crazy. Go to work 9 to 5 every day, no retreat. You got to have $1 just to get something to eat. It seems like everybody tripping. Or is it I, crazy lady walking around shouting curses at the sky? Instrumentals be the lullaby, rhymes stimuli. Now come along and vibe as we praise Most High. You be tripping.
Pretty surreal. The A-Star pulls in and throws the net down, put our bikes up, and within like 20 minutes we were basically sitting at this plush cabin. Definitely a good way to start the trip.
There's single track everywhere, you know, and it's just buff. The whole thing looks like it's been raked in front of you.
You need a time when you can go and follow your passion and not be sidetracked by phones, computers.
I mean, we woke up every morning to this beautiful, lush single track right out our front door, and we hiked up, and we were in this another crazy valley with beautiful peaks, and you know, that's mountain biking.
They see it coming down. I got my head in the sky and my roots in the ground. I'm not a patriotic man, but what it's worth, I pledge allegiance to this land and my mother earth. What I am, I say to what I be, I'll be damned. Cut down all the streets, they're feeling all this good land. I do see we'll be all down if you cut down all the streets. What I am, I say is what I am, I'll be damned. A stone cold killer man in the name of a flag, a patriotic game. You got blood on your hands, it ain't me to blame. Earthbound child, earthbound child, come on, put the shit out there. Earthbound child, earthbound child, come on, put the shit. Everybody come, but they don't know why. Well, then don't look come down, there'll be a hole in the sky. And if we don't change, soon everybody gonna die. You better jump ship now, you better hope you can fly. Overpopulation, see we got a beast. You're gonna send us all away out to outer space. Singing yippee hooray for the human race. I don't wanna live my life in no outer space.
My view riding down the trail now is just to have a good time and try to enjoy it as much as I can, top to bottom.
Earthbound child, earthbound child, I wanna make the shit out of the earthbound child. Earthbound child, earthbound child, I wanna make the shit out of the earthbound child. Earthbound child, earthbound child, I wanna make the shit out of the earthbound child.
It's just like a playground up there, and to get to ride it for those 4 days during our trip was Couldn't wipe a smile off my face.
And I know I'm lighting them up, yeah, 'cause I know I'm a vandal, sticking them up all around my room. 'Cause you know I love me unto, oh yeah, the
like those corners back there, those little tight ones. Every time I ride them, I'm just laughing to myself, thinking like, how sweet this turn is. What?
There's another one.
What? What?
Trials for me was always just about that satisfaction and that sort of instant gratification of learning something new or pulling off a new line that you never thought possible. And when it comes time to actually ride the line, you really are in your own little world. There's nothing else but, you know, vision of success. That moment that really is where the passion for riding comes from.
I came from a strong mountain biking community and grew up in bike shops, and then moved here, started working at Evolution. Seemed to fit right in. Moved to Whistler for riding. Trail's name is Gargamel. Started about 3 seasons ago. I want to make it a quality trail, so eventually it'll be a good piece of art.
This is a time of growth for those that know, and it's a time of hope for those that don't. But if your mind is open, you'll get shown. We've had our sights blinded, all of my like-minded people need to get up and discover the right timing to start opposing the powers that arose in ancient days and pave the way to the slow that's so controlled it's sitting and most just sit and stare at a television with a distant glare. And I'm ashamed to admit it, I'm a slave to the shit as much as anybody, but I'm not afraid of it. This is where the change comes and this is where we make some difference. Embrace what's within us and escape from this prison. All it takes is a little bit of faith and a little bit of love to get rid of all the hate.
But the thing about it is we can't just sing about it. We can't just sit around and wait until they thin us out. We figure out where we're going while we live it out. If you want my truth, listen out, we'll just think about it. The thing about it is we can't even think about it. Can't afford a minute's time to figure how to bring about a change. So take a second and shake your head and then take a step ahead and think about it.
Now the ball is in our court while we sit and watch passively. The face of the earth changes drastically after we clear space at this rate for strip malls and factories. We risk take a full fate at a pace beyond gradually. No more crops for us to harvest and feed. Self-sufficiency replaced by clone copywritten seeds. Now ask yourself, how can we be free when the water that we drink is owned by some company?
I hear the weep up the streets and cries up the sky. See weakness disguised as deceitful lies. But we are lead to survive and sleep through a lie. Be there for highs or sheep and no pride. Never speak of a lie, let the fear fortify my insides die. Trying to fit in the design. I'm reminded daily of a world gone crazy. Guns mean safety for orphan babies. Ignore the distortion you're forced to perceive and believe. What supersedes is love, but who agrees?
This is a time of growth for those that know, and it's a time of hope for those that don't. But if your mind is open, you'll get shown.
I first met Matty on a drop-in series, and he's just getting into it too, so me and him got along really well. I like shredding with Matty. Me and him got a similar style, we both like to paint it, so it's good.
That was fun.
I'm beating hard on the microphone. A ticking clock in an empty home still tells of these times so long ago. Even though I've come so far, I know I've got so far to go. And any day now I'll explode. Like the angel you are, you laugh, creating a life that's in my chest. Your eyes, they've had a train.
watching Steve. He's really good at that. When he's coming into a run in or a run out even, he's just pumping his bike over the ground and like through the corners. He's just muscling it around, and it just looks really nice. When we were riding together, we would just kind of feed off each other and get stoked, and like we just had a wicked time.
Yeah! Nice! Yay! Put your hands where I can see them, and shut your mouth. I know who you are. In a world void of feeling or heart, I know that we are the torches in the dark. Let's break this down. Let's make this count. Let's leave this one lost down. No better time than now.
There are no rules. You just go and do what you want. You have to stay between the flags, and the flag's a huge space. You know, it's this big canyon, and you just, let's just have at it. When you're hanging out with your, you know, the other riders and your friends and whatnot, you kind of bounce ideas off, and you kind of feed off each other there, and I find that really helps.
I've ridden with Shandro for a few years now, and before the Red Bull we did all our riding together.
Your first time doing anything, you have fear in you, which I think is good. It keeps you on the ball. You don't show up at the rampage just thinking, oh, let's just, you know, go drop off this or that. I don't think that's the way to approach it. I think you gotta, you know, you gotta be on your game if you want to do well in terms of staying in one piece. There's a possibility that you will go down, and so it's in the back of your mind. freeriders, this is kind of the premier big mountain sort of freeride event, right? So to have everyone in the same place is unique, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen very often. I wanted to really come up with something that was creative.
On qualifying, you gotta just ride really solid and not crash.
Chandro, making it to the main show. Ladies and gentlemen, Vanderham with a time 78.4.
I'm just focusing on, you know, making sure I'm keeping my run fluid, because that's a big part of what the judges look at, and making sure I stick everything that I'm going to go off with. As soon as I landed off the first one and I was riding towards the ridge, caught a little bit of loose dirt, and you know, it was all over from there.
Be relaxed. I'm stoked that I got my line already picked out, and mentally I'm there, so.
I was just really happy with the way I put it together. You know, obviously being able to finish second is great, but it was the fact that it just came together the way I sort of pictured it.
This is how we get around.
Yeah, cool.
That's a nice ride,
Fat
boy.
That's a nice
Let's
ride.
see it.
I like
yeah,
that.
no brakes included, man. Strictly ghetto.
That's all you need.
Strictly ghetto. Right, you guys have them good on, bro. Mean bikes.
If we 4x up there, we can 4x right up to the edge of it where my friend's house is.
The lowest spirit is what you see right here, man. The Aina, the land it's free, surface free, and it's just the people are warm over here, and we got open arms to anybody who comes over here, and they want to share what we have. You know, we let them go, and we have a good time, man.
Monday morning is taking this life away from me. I find myself in the same place again, staring at the same four walls. Screen makes my eyeballs crawl, and no man was made to live the life I'm in. But I won't spend time on a giant clock. My imagination just won't stop. I just can't let this feeling go. I guess I should just ask you so. Sunday, yeah. Oh, won't you let me come see you tomorrow? Though I know my time is 6 days away. Sunday, yeah. Oh, this I know, the future can't be borrowed, but there's no one else who makes me feel this way. No sense forcing it, you just got to let it flow. And I can't think to say I let it go. After all this time, after all that we've been through, just one less car on down the avenue. Abstract thoughts on a page were never really my forte. Too much logic is sidewalk warfare for two souls in parallel. Sunday, yeah. Oh, won't you let me come see you tomorrow? Though I know my time is 6 days away. Oh, Sunday, yeah. Won't you let me come see you tomorrow, but there's no one else who makes me feel this way. Come see you tomorrow. Know my time is 6 days away. Sunday, yeah. Oh, this I know, the future can't be borrowed, but there's no one else that makes me feel this way. Oh, Sunday, yeah. Won't you let me come see you tomorrow? Won't you let me come see you tomorrow?
I hear the sound leading me on, and I don't know where it is taking me.
so many kids who get to a certain level and stop. You know, they see car, beer, girls. What are you doing, you know? There's car, beer, girls, and bike. Not just the 3. You can have 4.
Selector of the tower. Don't watch my size in this hour. While my back's against the wall. Take a ride, competition, take a ride. Bullets operator, drop the other side. Thought it was over, so far from done. Speakers are up, the sound sweeter with an echo chamber. Don't you know that they are the danger? 3 bottles of crystal and it's agreed. The best would only come from the dark way. Oh, Force of bag in the yard. Don't worry about that, you see it's all natural. My big arrow. One stop was my music shop where I heard this guitar screaming.
They're in the collective budget. I think we need a team board. We'll try to work that out.
Sweeter with an echo chamber.